That is what expectations for this session. I've also, I will need access to share screen. I've sent the request. So in the meantime, first of all, I will share a moment of gratitude to Toastmaster Jay Seelan sir and all the Toastmasters who are here. About 16 members are here. We are going to spend about 1 hour. So that is like 16 hours we are going to invest in this. Hope we will get something beneficial for all of us now. Yeah, I think I'm able to share the screen. Anybody joined late? So this is the session that we are going to do, building your speech brick by brick. I am Toastmaster Priyang. I have been a Toastmaster since 2012, been part of couple of districts, District 13, District 86, and District 120. And I think I have some knowledge to share. That is why Toastmaster Jay Seelan chose me to do this session for you all. So what is in store for the next 30-40 minutes? We are going to see how we can plan, write, and polish your next masterpiece, that is your speech. Please put in the chat what is going to be your next speech. If you're doing a pathway, you can put your pathway project. It could be vocal variety, it could be body language, it could be a icebreaker, it could be reflect on your path, or are you preparing for your contest, humorous speech contest or evaluation speech contest, getting ready for ISC, tall tales, or you have any real life speech that is coming up, you are asked to address a set of students in a college, or you just have to go somewhere and speak in front of people? Can we keep the comments coming? No comments. There are no speeches lined up. Real life speech, okay. For ISC, okay. Next pathway speech. So can we get more specific when we say next pathway speech? What is exactly the speech and what is the project objectives? Maybe your communication style or evaluation and feedback in the engaging humor pathway. Okay, humorous speech contest. Okay, humorous speech contest. Sendil Kumar sir, is it going to be a club level or area level or division level? You already have a script or you want to write the script? Divisional level, okay. So you already have a script, okay. Okay, for about 30 minutes we will discuss and then we will park 10-15 minutes for Q&A and then we will move ahead. Quickly get started. So what is exactly that struggle? The struggle to start, right? Are you a person who has so many ideas but don't know where to begin? Or you don't have any ideas what to speak about? Can we put it in the comments? I am a president of a debate team, so I practice speeches a lot. Okay. So what is your next speech that you would like to prepare for? Toastmaster Sanjay.
Next I have a competition coming up on November the 22nd. So usually I win in every tournament because yeah. So next time I need to technically improve my speech to win even more.
Okay. Okay. What about the others? What is the struggle to get started? So many ideas, don't know where to begin, or no ideas?
I think
Structure.
limiting yourself to no more than 3 points, but also finding a way to relate to whomever it is that you're speaking to so that they care about those 3 points.
Those 3 points, yeah, limiting yourself to 3 points, but the 3 points must be relatable to the audience. Okay, so many
That's
ideas.
correct.
Vinod has so many ideas, so he needs to know what to filter and talk. Okay, Prasanna, structure of the speech. What about others? Usha ma'am, Mohini ma'am. Next speech is ready.
One is sort of ready. but I still have one more to go. I keep thinking whether I have a message or not, and then writing around that makes it very detailed. Making it just short and just enough for a 6-minute speech becomes very difficult. I'm not able to combine it all together with just 1.1 message and make
One
it.
message.
I'd like to make it more interesting and impactful.
Okay, okay. I think there is something on the deck for you, definitely. So every great speech
Thank
starts
you.
small, right? Everything starts small with a single brick. Like a big building is also started by building brick by brick. So let's learn today how to build it step by step. So you shared some of your biggest struggle when starting a speech, right? Sticking to one message, keeping the 3 points,
Yeah,
how that points will make sense to the audience, and what
yeah.
else we had in the comments. We also have creating winning speech at the division or district level. Okay. And having so many ideas and filtering out which one to pick and the structure of the speech. So let's jump ahead and get started with this whole analogy that I'm going to use. Is going to be, imagine we are building a house. The foundation of your speech is going to be the purpose of your speech. I think most of you already put in the chat the purpose of your speech, right? ISC speech, you want to inspire. And somebody said humorous speech. Somebody said, I want to give one message. So that is your foundation. And then we will discuss about the structure, like Prasanna said, structure of the speech. And then we will also come to the structure of a speech will be more like the walls or the pillars of the house. And then we will move to stories, how to add personal stories and give the color and the paint to the house, and then complete it with the roof so that the sunlight or the rain doesn't get inside the house, which is all about practicing. So just like a house, every speech needs 4 things in my opinion, which is going to be an acronym like PSSP. First is the purpose, then is a structure, then is the stories, then all about the practice. With this we will move on. First we'll talk about the foundation. Foundation is all about why are you even speaking? What is that you want the audience to do after they listen to your speech? Do you want them to feel entertained? Do you want them to get up and go and donate blood? Say for example you want to give a 2 to 3 minute speech, and right after you finish the speech, do you want the audience to go and donate blood? You want them to take some action? What is it that you want to do? Can you put in one sentence in the comment? What do I want the audience to feel or do right after my speech? Inspire to take action. It could just be applaud. I just want to get some applause. Feel with myself. What does that mean, Usha ma'am? Feel with myself.
When
You want the
I
audience to feel along with you.
connect with you, yes.
Okay. Okay. You want
When
them.
I
Okay. If
when
you are
I
happy, you want them also to be happy.
yes,
If you are sad, you want the audience also to be sad. Okay.
right. And also when I motivate the audience, they get enthusiasm and get motivated.
Okay, you want to motivate the audience. Okay.
Yes.
Padmashni ma'am wants people to join her Toastmasters club right after she finishes speaking. Okay. Mohini ma'am, remember the message. You want the audience to remember your message. Okay, that's great. Anything else? Any other things? Any other? Okay, I will take it as everybody has expressed. Some more comments are coming in, I think. Entertaining the audience. Okay. Persuade the individuals to support your side. Okay. Okay, so now we are coming to the points where it will make more sense to Mohini ma'am and also others. Define your core message. So when you, even before you start to write your entire speech, you can write your core message, one core message, so that you can stick to that core message. So now we also spoke
Okay.
about after my speech, I want my audience to do what? That part is done. That exercise is done. So we will now move to the next part, which is the structure of the speech or the walls or the pillars. This most of us know already. The opening, body and conclusion, like the three parts of any speech. In the opening, you want to hook the audience. And in the body, you want to have 2 to 3 clear ideas or stories. And in the conclusion, you want to have a callback to your core message or your opening or to your title, and then give a takeaway message. Why do we actually need structure for a speech?
The audience
There
can
should be
follow
a
through
start
our
and an
speech.
end.
I think two people are speaking at the same time, so I couldn't get.
I'll wait. Yeah, can I speak?
Yeah, please go ahead, ma'am.
There should be an interesting starting, a middle part where the story comes, and the conclusion should also be profound with the takeaway. So that clear structure makes it a very whole experience.
Correct. You don't want to talk about bananas and suddenly talk about apples and then suddenly talk about JC Lancer, suddenly talk about Toastmasters, suddenly talk about your personal story, right? There needs to be a structure.
Exactly.
If we are building a house, the foundation should be for the house. The pillars and the wall should be for the house. The roof should be for the house. And the paint should be for the house, right? Suddenly in the midway, it cannot be a factory. Suddenly in the midway, it cannot be something else, right? It cannot be a lighthouse. That is why structure is important. Structure provides possible context and makes the message be and spread clearer. Yeah, structure makes the message clearer. Proper flow to the speech. It gives proper flow to the speech and to make our speech interesting. Jason, sir, you wanted to tell something?
So it logically takes the audience in a correct flow of the message.
Correct. It
So what
logically.
is, why, how, like that. There will be a logical structure so that
Logical.
easily audience can travel through our message.
Sure, true. So Sanjay, you have a question?
No, I was going to say something related to because like I run the speech team in my school. This is how we do it. We try to create a proper structure just so that they could like really connect with us. The more the people could connect with us, that's when the people actually could like understand our message. It needs to be as clear as possible in order to even get someone. So like I have seen in the chat, someone said they want to make people join the Toastmaster club. You need to like it's like persuasion. Like how much you persuade the people into it, that gives you structure. In that structure, if you go in that format, you could easily connect with the people to get people into your idea.
Yeah, true. So that is why structure is important. You need to know where exactly we are going. Otherwise, we will get lost. And also structure gives the clarity for the speech. So next we will move on to the styling. This is like paint giving the color attraction, right? So the first point here is going to be the facts tell and the stories sell. For this, I have an example. The fact is exercise reduces stress. We can tell in our speech exercise reduces our stress. But will that connect with people? But when we try to say, last year I started just walking for just 20 minutes every morning. And within a week, my headaches went away. And so was my bad mood. It improves my mood. Until today, every day I walk for 20 minutes. Which one do you think will connect better with the audience?
Every day I walk
Or
for.
two? One or two? Everyone with me? Two, okay? Two. So now what we are going to do is everybody is going to put their core message of your next speech in the chat. The core message. You had already put the what do you want your audience to feel or do already. So now you will put your core message. Stories are connected to the audience. Yes, I agree. Now let's all put the core message in the chat. Every disability is visible. Can we mute the admin? Can we mute the unmuted account? De-addiction. Okay, that is your core message. Prasanna, what is your core message for your upcoming ISC speech? So Jayasilan sir, what is your next pathway speech? And what is the core message of that speech?
As for pathway enhancement, I have to do an education session for the club.
Okay.
So I have selected how to achieve the distinguished status. That is my education session.
Distinguished status. Okay. Your core message is how to achieve the distinguished status. That is a message. Okay. Been working on engaging humor pathway since 2021. Okay. Evaluation and feedback level 1. So what is going to be your core message, Vinoth? Sendil sir, your core message. Even humorous speeches have a core message. Do you agree? Everyone agrees? Marty, project research and presentation. Okay. Research and presentation, and your core message is not every disability is visible. Okay. Make yoga your life partner. That is your core message, Padmashni ma'am. Negotiate the best outcome. I think that is a project, right? Sujam, that is a project. Where is Sujam? Negotiate the best outcome is a project. What is your core message? Usha ma'am, never give up. Okay, that's your core message. Beautiful. So how many words a core message will be? Maximum?
I need to design my core message itself.
Yeah, you can decide your core message now. Everybody is thinking only now. They didn't come to this session already knowing their core message. They are just thinking on the feet and putting it here. So when you go after, get out of the session, you will already have a script. You can go and deliver the speech within 5 to 6 words. Okay, Usha ma'am, 3 or 2 words. 2 words. 2 words, Usha ma'am. Core message.
Yes.
Okay, can you share a core message with 2 words?
Start now.
Start now, forgive and forget. Okay. Fly high, super. Make the world accessible for everyone. Forgive, forget within 5 to 6 words. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. They can go up to 7 to 8 words. 5 to 6 is great. 2 words is really amazing actually. You're going to leave the audience. The audience are not going to forget your core message forever. And it also sounds a little bit like your speech title because the mystery is still maintained. Okay, now let's go to the part. Now you have to put a fact relating to this core message in the chat, relating to your speech, your project, your core message. Put a fact in the chat box relating to the core message. So Usha ma'am said never give up. De-addiction. Mohini ma'am said de-addiction. So put a fact related to this core message in the chat. I'm hoping you're also writing it down, right? You're writing down what your audience have to feel after your speech, what you want your audience to do after your speech, your core message, and now the fact.
Hello, madam. Sujam here.
Sujam.
Ma'am, actually, my level three. The first project is negotiate the best outcome. That was project title. Still, just I plan to give next week, but still I'm not able to get the basic idea what I have to going to do. Negotiate generally means something we are commercially. So, are we need to speak about a commercial negotiation or something else?
I think negotiate the best outcome. How to plan? You have to plan a group meeting where there will be a topic given and people are having different opinions, and then you have to negotiate them if at all done in a club meeting, or it could be something that you are doing outside Toastmasters, and then you can come and just deliver the speech of how you negotiated that particular outcome. I think it's a very special project. It might not fit into the normal speeches. But if you have already negotiated, you can still go ahead and write out the speech using the techniques that we are discussing today.
Yeah, that's what my negotiation. The sense it's commercial negotiation or something decision making
It
negotiation.
could be any negotiation. It could be as simple as negotiating to go to a movie or go to the beach. It could be small negotiations also, or it could be a big project deals that you're dealing with at work. It could be anything.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, we have some facts coming in, I think. Last year we got Smedley distinguished, and this year also we will aim to get Smedley distinguished. This is not a fact, right? This is like a vision, right? This is like a goal. This is like a goal. Healthy lifestyle. Uh, healthy lifestyle. Is it the title, ma'am? Padmashini, ma'am?
No, it's my core message.
This is your core message. The core
Yeah.
message is for everyone to have a healthy lifestyle. Okay,
Yeah.
super. What is your fact? What is the fact related to this core message? Okay, when you are thinking, I have placed in the National Science Fair competition called Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge, and my core message is about the project I made. What is exactly the core message? The core message will be like 3, 4, 5 words. Some studies say that up to 80% of people with disabilities have hidden conditions. Okay, this is exactly facts. It says the number, and it's factual. How Zogo from Tamil Nadu trying to become a tech giant, competing with US. We should not limit our dream and fly high. Okay, this you're taking an example from Zoho for fly high. Okay, forgive and forget. Even if you have been wronged unintentionally or deliberately, forgive the perpetrator. Okay, this is a fact, and it's also like it goes bit like a gyan, right? Okay, I tried one new dish. It didn't come good. My family said never give up. Try, at last you succeed. That is almost like it's not like a fact, right? This is more like a personal story. I think Usha ma'am is getting closer. Okay. Nearly 1.5 million visually impaired individuals worldwide. This is exactly a fact. So now what we are going to do is we are going to challenge you to convert whatever facts you posted here into a story. It could be a 2 to 3 line story. You can post in the chat. If you need the example, I will keep I'll post the fact and story example in the chat, and I'll share the screen. Exercise reduces stress. That is a fact. The story is last year I started walking just 20 minutes every morning. Within a week, my headaches were gone, and so was my bad mood. And every day, I go for a walk at least for 20 minutes in the morning. Convert your facts to a story. Practice yoga daily. Practice yoga for a happy life. Marty, ready with your story? Vinoth? Usha ma'am? Usha ma'am already had the story. Stories are coming up. Every day, 2.2 billion visually impaired people face barriers that limit their independence from reading medication labels. Okay. Minor challenges, their obstacles that drain. Okay. Addiction is a disease. Seek help. This is your core message, Mohini ma'am. Addiction is a disease. Seek help.
Yes, Toastmaster Priya.
Okay, ma'am. So, what is your fact? Prasanna, my core message: life is not about landing a 20 lakhs per annum job. It's way more than that. Okay. My story: I was at my final year and the placement race begins. Okay. Matty, in a parking lot, was challenged for parking in a. They couldn't see this disability condition. Yeah, this is exactly a story that you can share, which is also backing up the facts. In a business deal, the buyer cheated me by not settling my dues fully. It was a quite significant amount, yet I was helpless. He deliberately cheated me, but after initial resentment, I forgave him fully. Now I am at peace. So your core message was forgive and forget, even if you have been wronged unintentionally or deliberately. Okay. The why part probably you need to add. We can't keep forgiving people unlimitedly. That should be your takeaway message, the call to action. How in future you can. It also needs to be solution oriented, right? Because we are all not Buddhas. We are all not saints, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, few years back, I always felt stressed in my office during my projects. Once I learned the negotiation skills, now I'm feeling relaxed in office to get the best results. Yeah, because before you take up a lot of things on your plate, you are negotiating how much can be done within a week, how much within a month, something like that, right, Sujam?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Fact, Gallup survey 2025 reveals that only 32% of staff are engaged. Okay, your story: I have been nurturing employees of an institution through a series of training, and now the staff engagement has gone up and the productivity has doubled. Okay, this is a fact. Super, sir. So the story, I'm hoping the story is coming. The story is getting ready. Usha ma'am, during Diwali, I tried the Mysore pa. Okay, I did the. Yeah, this is a story, Usha ma'am. You already have story. You don't have facts, I think. It came hard, not able to chew or bite. I was upset. My family was said, don't give up, try, at last you get succeed. Okay, Padmashini, mirroring the purpose of yoga as a union of mind, body, and spirit. Okay, this is your core message, ma'am, mirroring the purpose of yoga. Okay, this is a core message. Hope everybody got a chance to try out the fact, the core message, and the story. Do we need to spend few more minutes on this, or shall we move forward?
I'd like a little clarity on the fact after the core message, the fact, and then the story. So the fact is the smaller version of the story.
Yeah, fact is like it'll be like numbers. It'll be like the sun rises in the east. Or the fact is something like it's like a supportive, factual statement, which doesn't bring out any emotions. It's more like logical. Say,
Okay.
for example, you can take Mahesh's message, right? If you are able to see in the chat.
Yeah.
Where he said there was so much of a thing that happened and deliberately it happened. So it's more like a fact. This is what happened.
Okay, so if I say addiction is a disease, seek help, it's a fact, is it?
Addiction is a disease. You can say like this many percentage of people are addicted to smoking every year.
Okay.
Something like that. And it could be like this many people die because of addiction to liquor or addiction to TV, addiction to mobile. This many people lose their vision because of their addiction to mobile.
Got it.
This many people don't get good sleep because they are using their mobiles at night. That is also a kind of addiction, right? They don't put their mobiles aside 2 hours before the sleep time.
Yes,
That
yes,
is a fact.
Thank you.
That is a fact. So now when we come to story, it could be a personal story. Personal story connects very well. I saw a couple of people use the personal story. Usha ma'am used the personal story. Mahesh Maheshwar used the personal story. They shared their vulnerability, their story, something that happened to them. That is here one personal story that proves your message. You can also use the rule of three, or you can also say stories in general. It could be anecdotes or other stories. So, rule of three. Hope people are aware about the rule of three, right? Bringing in like RRR or triple A, or three stories from your life, three little stories from your life, or one story from somebody who is prominently known, one story from someone that you know, and then one of your personal story. And adding emotion, humor, and sensory details. Facts don't have any emotions. We can always add emotion and sensory details. What is meant by sensory details?
Very descriptive way of say fragrance of a flower.
Fragrance of a flower.
Yeah,
And,
you say it very descriptively. Yeah. Or
yeah,
the aroma of cooking.
aroma. Yeah, aroma of cooking. And Usha ma'am said the Mysore pav was hard. I was not able to chew or bite. That is a kinesthetic, right? Hope we are aware of the VAK, right? Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Visual is like you can say, you can using the descriptive words. The beautiful scenery in Nanguneri was scenic. The clouds were running above the mountains. The mountains looked surreal. Whenever you're using the visual stuff. And auditory is more like when the accident happened, the sound of the car crashing was deafening. Something like that. It rained cats and dogs. That is more like a grammatical usage, imagery, idioms. But you can also describe the sound. When you describe the sound, it is called visual. And kinesthetic is about engaging. I think the spelling is gone wrong. It should be without a. Kinesthetic is involving people, action, or activity. So you can try to use those words in your speeches. People will generally fall into any of one of this category or multiple of this category. When you use these words, it will engage the people. That is called the sensory else. And adding emotion and humor. Humor, you can, once you have your core message and once you have your facts and the stories to tell, you can add humor wherever by adding some unexpected twist or rhyming and timing you can add. So you want to try the rule of three or emotion or adding sensory details to the core message and the story you already wrote.
Yeah.
I'll give 5 minutes. We have some more messages in the chat. I trained a student for prenatal yoga and she had a normal delivery and a healthy baby. Yeah, this is a bit factual, but it is also sharing your experience, your personal experience. You can also share your story, how yoga helped you become more healthier and a better person. Mirroring the purpose of yoga as a union of, yes, I think this was already read. Yoga helped me to be calm and clarity. You can also try making it a bit descriptive, ma'am. Like how exactly you used to be before doing yoga and how you became after. Just instead of using the word calm and clarity in life. I think Naveen posted that, right?
Yeah. Sure, sure.
Imagine reaching for a prescription bottle, your fingers desperately searching for braille, which is not there, never knowing if the pill inside will heal you or harm you. Feel your heart pound as you cross the street, straining to hear silent electric cars. Yeah, one misstep could be fatal. Yeah, these are really engaging, right? It's adding the sensory stuff. The fingers are touching the bottle and looking for the braille words. So it's involving the sensory, the touch and feel. And your heart is pounding. Your heart is pounding, and you're not able to listen to the cars. Even the battery vehicles are not audible, right? Two wheelers. Knowing one misstep could be fatal. Yeah, this is really having the sensory engagement, Sanjay. This is good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Any others want to post? We'll take some here and then try adding the sensory stuff. I trained a student for prenatal yoga and she had a normal delivery and a healthy baby. One pregnant lady came with some complications in her delivery, and we recommended prenatal yoga for her. And she took it really seriously and she was committed. And every day she stick to the schedule. And voila, there she had a normal delivery and the baby was so healthy and it didn't require any surgery or anything. She was excited and her entire family was so excited. Something like that, right? You can add some sensory words. Mirroring the purpose during Diwali. Okay, let's take the script. It came so hard, not able to chew or bite. Yeah, you can add some conversational. During Diwali, we were so excited. The lights were lit. The kids were firing the crackers. The sound of the crackers was filling the world. And there I was trying the Mysore Pak for the very first time. I was so excited, and I went and distributed the Mysore Pak to everyone in the home. And the moment my husband put it in his mouth, his his face looked very stunning. I was excited, but he was not. He couldn't chew or bite. Something like that. You can add some colors. We have some more comments coming in. Check bounces. Party doesn't pick up the phone. Never able to see him when I go to his office in person. Yeah, now the story is coming out, right? That is how you narrate the story, and then you can add the emotions, how you felt when that happened, and how you gave the chances. What do they say? Benefit of doubt. It might be by mistake. The party doesn't pick up the phone, and how you felt. I felt I felt sad, and I felt very bad when he did not return any of my calls. You can also exaggerate to build that tension, right? I called him once, twice, not thrice, but 30 times. That is when I realized something is really fishy. It is not, things are going south, something like that, right? You add that verbal imagery, bring the build up, and any other stories, Mohini ma'am? Matty?
What are you asking me, Priya?
Are you adding the sensory stuff, emotions, humor, or the power of three to your story?
Uh-huh. Did you want that written in the chat as well?
Yeah, we are doing that exercise now after we moved.
I thought we were just talking about it, sorry.
Okay. I have started my yoga life 6 months back, and I can see the results by keeping myself calm and reduce anger, which help my relationships with family and colleagues, and also clarity. If that was colleagues, also clarity in life, where I have started writing my goals. This gave me a new life. You can actually expand this story Naveen.
Okay, sure.
You can expand this. You can describe how your life was like chaotic. You are not calm, and you can describe all that with a vocal variety and some dialogue. And then you can say, then you can show your next life, how it's like so peaceful, like your day, right? How your day starts, how your day ends, full of chaos. And then boom, cut. And then you can say how your day starts and day ends. What actually changed? Then you can say that is when she came into my life. She was none other than yoga, something like that. And you can say how step by step, day by day, you kept your commitment to yoga and how yoga helped you to transform your life. And then your takeaway could be like, if it is possible for me, I think it might be possible for anyone. Something like that, right?
Okay, sure.
Any other stories? Go to the top. Last month we started a trip. Okay, both the side we saw green. Okay, enjoyed the nature. Yeah, this is descriptive sensory, but this is not related to your core message, Shamam. It has to relate to your core message. Okay, we will move ahead. I will assume there are no further stories to review. The next thing is, whenever possible, if it is a contest speech, try to write out word by word so that you will know where you have to pause, where you have to show the vocal variety. If there is some sadness, when you want your audience to feel sad, you want to slow down, reduce your volume, and show that emotion in your voice. And don't need to memorize your script. You can just internalize it. And once your script is ready, try to record yourself, video record, try to time yourself and see whether you're coming under time or overtime. If you're under time, overtime, try to keep it within time and focus on the transitions and the flow, right? You don't want to jump. If you have 3 stories, you don't want to jump, and make sure there is a flow. If you're talking about your life, your childhood first, then your midlife, then your current life. You don't want to mix up the chronological order. If you're mixing up the chronological order, you want to share your current state, and then you want to cut or boom and then talk about your past. Make sure there is smooth transitions. You can say firstly, secondly, then later, those kind of things to have the smooth transition and flow. And once you write your script, wherever you have to pause, mark it, take a printout and mark it, or in the computer, or if you're writing it out, use a different color pen where you have to raise your voice, lower your voice, where you have to pause. And if there are any body language or gestures you want to show, mark it there and give the finishing touch. These are some tips for any speech that you can use. And now I'm moving to activity. I think we did the activity all together at the appropriate places. Now I will summarize all together. I want you to unmute and say, first we talked about purpose, what exactly we are supposed to do here.
What are we trying to do? As in, are we going to make the audience remember the message, or are we making them laugh? Or what is that one key thing that we are going to do through the speech? That is the purpose or the foundation. That is what we discussed as the purpose.
Fantastic, fantastic. Whether we want the audience to laugh, want the audience to feel, whether we want the audience to get up and take some action. Very well said. Anything else in purpose? Anybody else wants to add? Okay, we'll move to the structure. What is it all we discussed in structure?
Open, body, conclusion, story, scenic and what we say, rhyming words, picturesque
Yeah,
description.
we are moving to the style now, right? In the
Yes.
structure, we talked about opening, body, conclusion. The structure is mainly for the clarity. That is like your bones, right? It is like the skeleton. It is like the
Skeleton.
pillars and walls of a building. And then
Yes.
comes the style comes in the paint. So the third thing is the story or structure or paint of their building. Anybody would like to summarize for the style? I'm also keeping the slide open. If you want to refer and summarize also, you can summarize.
Emotion, humor,
Tujam, present,
and rule of three.
rule of three, humor, emotion, all this will help you to color and make your speech more and more attractive. Coming to polish. Anybody would like to summarize polish? Mahesh sir?
Maybe giving some fancy words or I would
Rhyming
say,
word.
yes, to make audience attract, and also depending on the script to use those words as well.
That all comes in the story and painting. In the polish, all we do is practice the speech,
Voice modulation,
pauses, body language, and the final touch to make the opening catchy and the closing catchy, or have the strong conclusion, we say, right? Or the call to action.
Memorable.
Yeah, memorable. So I'm going to summarize whatever activity we have done, right? Whenever you want to write a speech, the three things that you want to take care is, what is the purpose of your speech? My speech purpose, and one story that I can include. Preferably, if it is a personal story, people can relate, many of the audience can relate, then it will connect very well. And the third thing is, one sentence I want them to remember. If these three things are there in your speech, definitely people will remember your speech and your message. With that, the call to action for today's my session is, speeches aren't written, they are built. They are built brick by brick, word by word. Start laying your first brick today. Go write what is your speech purpose, one story that you can include, preferably a personal story, and one sentence that you want the audience to remember. These three is your takeaway for today's session. With that, I will open the floor for any questions.
A long message from Toastmaster Marty.
Marty, I think she added all the humor.
Could you go back to slide 7, 8, and 9, please? While I was writing, you were putting the slides up. I want to see what you said, please. Thank you.
The slides, right? I'll put the slides up. Slide 8, 9, and 10, is it? I can share this deck also. And the script, yeah, okay. Anything else? I want to read her story. Give me a second. I'm getting back. Okay. Story: in a parking lot on a day so hot, sweat evaporates from your skin. People circle the parking lot, packed like sardines looking for an open spot. Everyone was on edge. Everyone was impatient. Everyone was looking for someone to blame. As the SUV slowly pulled into the handicapped parking space, people watched with eagle eyes. A seemingly able-bodied driver disembarked. Glass states, and gears were fast and frequent. An epileptic was challenged for parking in the handicapped spot, like the glacier beneath the water that attracted the ship. The need for that spot couldn't be seen. Their disabling condition was invisible. I think you have added metaphors, right? Metaphors, similes also you can add to your speeches to bring the emotions and the sensory connect. Marty, were you able to get the slides? Are you having access to see the slides? Did anyone check the link? I think okay.
Sorry, it's asking me to get permission, so I'm filling out the form to let you know it's me asking.
I think this needs to be anyone with the link can view.
Request access தான் கேக்குது.
Next.
So can you all try one more time? The link must be accessible now.
Yes, now it's opening. I think.
Now it's opening. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, with that, I will open the floor for any questions. And if you want to share any feedback, please feel free to share. We can also stop the recording, Jay Silan sir.